Hey, this is JUSTICEMAHN from Team Variable again. School's out for me now, so I'm going to try and start a weekly thing starting on these Wednesdays. Every week I'm going to try and go over some of the stuff that is coming out, the new things that are heading out, try and give people the heads up on the new cards, packs, tins, other crap that's coming out, because there's a lot of speculation about crazy stuff. First thing is, last time I talked about the tins, the 2010 collector's tins, with Majestic Red Dragon, Black Winged Dragon, and Dragon Knight Draco-Equiste being the three cards that would be the cover cards. And the big, surprising factors would be that Draco-Equiste would have Dark Arm Dragon as a super rare, because each one has 4 super rare variants. So far they've released at least 2 for each one. Dark Arm Dragon is going to be the first super rare variant for Draco-Equiste. Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon is going to be the first one for Black Winged Dragon. And Elementary Stratos is going to be the first one for Majestic Red Dragon. Since then, we've gotten word about what the next few cards are. For the Majestic Red Dragon tin, the Wicked... Oh, no, actually, Vandalgion the Dark Dragon Lord. That came out in Shonen Jump promos, and if you got the Yu-Gi-Oh! R manga volumes that came out last year, the first one came out with this one as well. Vandalgion is a card that basically reads, it's a level 8 dragon with 2,800 attack, 8 stars, dark, 2,500 defense, and it reads as, Dragon effect, after a counter trap card you control negates the activation of an opponent's cards or effects, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then activate the appropriate effects based on the type of cards negated. Spell, inflict 1,500 damage to your opponent. Trap, select and destroy one card your opponent controls. And effect monster, select one monster in your graveyard and special summon it. Those are the corresponding cards that, for each thing that the counter trap negated. This is going to be a big thing for the counter trap, counter fairies duelists out there. I know Top 8, Wesley, is working on one. He's working on counter fairy, Dark Voltinus, Black Garden, a whole bunch of crazy... It's a really crazy deck that I'm still not 100% sure on. Next thing... Actually, they've released the third card for this tin as well, Cyber Dinosaur. That's the third card for it. So there's only one super rare left in the Majestic Red Dragon tin to be announced. And so far, so good. It seems like it's going to be a really jam-packed tin. Black Winged Dragon. The Black Winged Dragon tin, as I said, came with Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. And the second super rare will be the Wicked Eraser, which is one of the set of Wicked Gods. Again, it's a plot line in Yu-Gi-Oh! R where there's a whole set of dark versions of the Egyptian god cards. It's supposed to look like Slifer. Anyway, it's Dark Fiend effect, level 10, question mark attack and question mark defense. It has, and its effect is, this card cannot be special summoned, this card cannot be normal summoned or set except by attributing 3 monsters. So it has that same effect of 3 monsters that the gods have. The attack and defense of this card are each equal to the number of cards your opponent controls times 1,000. So it's kind of conditional, so if your opponent doesn't have that many cards, it doesn't have any attack. But it can be kind of good because your opponent has to play less so that they can actually... They have to play less cards so that they can actually figure out a way to stomp it down with battle. Of course, it's not impenetrable like the gods with the effect of, your opponent can't activate spell or trap cards for a certain set of turns. And there are, and I'm not talking about the anime, Obelisk the Tormentor blue card and the red Slifer and the yellow Ra. I mean the actual card that came out in Shonen Jump of Obelisk the Tormentor. Speaking of which, there's going to be a real version of Ra, and we can only expect a real version of Slifer. But they all have the same effect of 3 cards to tribute and 3 monsters to tribute, and your opponent can't activate. This card cannot be targeted by spell, trap, or effect monster effects. Anyway, when this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, destroy all cards on the field. During your main phase, you can destroy this card. So it also works kind of as a Black Rose, more tributes though, but it does, you can just blow up the entire field with it. It's harder to summon, of course, and you can destroy all cards on the field when it's destroyed. That's probably more useful because that leaves it as a bomb and your opponent has to play around it. More of an obstacle card. I wouldn't really say that it's great, but it is adds value, I guess, to the Blackwing Dragon tin. I'd say out of the entire 3 sets of tins so far, Blackwing Dragon is looking like the worst. Dragon Knight Draco-Equiste. This tin, like I said, first card is Dark Arm Dragon. Second card is the Wicked Dreadroot. Again, Wicked God. This one is actually pretty good. With 4,000 attack and defense, 10 stars, Fiend, Dark Effect. They all that same Fiend, Dark Effect, level 10 thing. But it can't be special summon, can only be normal summon or set by attributing 3 monsters. But it has the attack and defense of all monsters on the field except for Wicked Dreadroot. So with 4,000 attack, even a Gotham's, which is probably the most usable high-level synchro and highest attack synchro there is, doesn't really stand up to Wicked Dreadroot. It puts it straight down, even without being halved its attack. So it's a really, I'd say it's a good suppressor, but it doesn't. Again, it's more of a beat stick than an actual card I'd staple around. It's, again, that whole 3 monsters attribute thing is kind of a bitch. Now, Gold Series 3, Gold Series 2010 has been released, and, well, it's been announced, coming on sale June 23rd. That's about 7 days from now, next week. Anyway, it's a Hobby League exclusive, so you have to go to a Hobby League tournament in order to get it, or tournament in general to get it. The card list for this has been released. As for the gold rares, as for the commons, this is basically how they decided to get rid of all the cards they didn't cover in Dual Terminal. They didn't cover in Hidden Arsenal 2 and left out for Dual Terminal 2. Because, we did Dual Terminal Edition 1, but Edition 1 had Japan's Dual Terminal 1 and Dual Terminal 2 just shoved together. And we've only covered Dual Terminal 1 with Hidden Arsenal 1, and then Hidden Arsenal 2 is only going to focus on Dual Terminals 3 and 4. So most of the cards from Dual Terminal 1 have been, and 2, Dual Terminal 2 have been split up into, like, X-Saber Wayne in the starter deck, Ally of Justice Light Gazer, the Gene-X, they've been put into, they were put into Shining Darkness. Anyway, so Mist Valley Watcher is going to be in here. All the Mist Valleys that they didn't cover. Infernity Dwarf and Infernity Guardian. These are all the commons, of course. They're going to be in this pack as you remember the promos from World Championship 2009. Bora the Blackwings, Bora the Spear, Sirocco, Blizzard the Far North, Sure the Blue Flame, Kalut, those are all going to be there. Common Malicious, that's going to have some hype around it. Amazoness Paladin, Fighter, Swordswoman. Swordswoman was really big back in the day. Basically works like U-Bell. Any damage that you would have taken from the battle, your opponent takes instead. Amazoness Blowpiper and Amazoness Tiger, they're all going to be in there. Some of the Neo fairies, the Nova Summer and Freya the Spirit of Victory, they came out as secret rares in and Strike of Neos, those are going to be in there. Amazoness Chainmaster, which came as a Shonen Jump promo, is going to be in here. Goblin Zombie is going to be common. Some of the Worms, Falco, Gurus, Hope, and Jittleclips. Gurus is going to be like a big staple for Worm decks if they actually come out. Common Destiny Draw, that's going to be big. Common Black Whirlwind. Some more Amazoness support with Amazoness Archers and Dramatic Rescue. We've got, and now for the gold rare, we have Vice Dragon, which is a promo, and it had some scandal about whether or not it was actually released before. It basically works like a Cyber Dragon, but it's not limited, okay, so that's one bonus. But when it's special summoned, it loses half of its attack and defense. And for a card that has, what, 2,000 attack and 2,000 defense and... looking at Vice Dragon. Vice Dragon with its